Hi, Rabbi Andy from Temple Emmanuel in Greensboro, North Carolina. Today is day 19 of Elul, and Shabbat is only probably just moments away. If you're here on the East Coast in the United States, and as you can see, I'm standing next to Golda Meir, or at least an artist's rendering of Golda Meir, which is actually in the library of our congregation. For many American Jews, Golda Meir is a hero. Born in Milwaukee as Goldie Mayerson, she'll wind up, catching the spirit of the time, moving to British Mandatory Palestine. She was among that incredible generation that helped build the infrastructure that led to the creation of the State of Israel. And she was also one of the leaders of the State of Israel in its earliest years. She would go on to become prime minister, and in fact still stands as one of the handful of women senior leaders of any country in the history, especially in modern times, the history of the world, Golda Meir. And I know that in America we considered her to be such a important character in the Jewish community. In Israel, her resume has obviously its positive sides. She was prime minister, but also she was prime minister at the time of the 1973 Yom Kippur War. Many of us will remember that was a time, October 6th of 1973, when Israel was surprise attacked by two of its neighbors, by Syria in the north and northeast, and by Egypt in the south and southwest. And it was a brutal war at the time, a surprise attack, and Golda Meir had been the prime minister. Now, you may have seen the movie about her life and about that time that came out a couple of years ago. It was a heartbreaking movie, and right now we're looking at more modern profiles of tshuva, and that's the reason that I want to talk about Golda Meir, because I think that she's someone that we should put in that category, because during her time, she was a very tough leader and a very dedicated leader, but she also made mistakes. Even after the 1973 war and the next round of elections, she would be reelected as prime minister. She would die shortly thereafter. But one of the things that she did along the way was she took responsibility for what had taken place, the incredible intelligence failures and leadership failures of the time. Her feeling was that the buck stopped with her, even though there were others that had made mistakes. And as a leader, really issued an apology to the people and to the state of Israel, who, again, she owed most from her heart, the most important function that government has, which is to provide for people's safety and security. Golda Meir saying she's sorry, doing so in her lifetime. And I'm going to offer that without any comment to our modern times, but just again, for a long time, I think that she was seen because of her faults, but I also want to appreciate not just what she did to build, but also what she did to reflect on her own practice, and then to say that she was sorry to a nation that ultimately, towards the end of her life, she felt that she had let down. Taking responsibility. What an important message at this time of the year. And let's take that as a message into Shabbat this year. Because while we can talk about others, we also have to talk about ourselves and the things that we're responsible for. And here I'm not talking on the national level, but instead I'm talking about on the personal level. And we may want to reflect on ways that we've taken responsibility, even though we could have passed it off to somebody else. The ways that we have stood up and just said we're sorry for something that went wrong. Yeah, maybe you want to share a story. Maybe you just want to reflect on this, or let me know what you think about this presentation. But either way, we'll see you again real soon, and I hope that this is a great Shabbos. Take care.